The fog was so thick that Elias could barely see his own hands in front of him. It clung to the cliffs like a living thing, muffling the crash of waves far below and swallowing every sound except the faint, eerie whisper that had drawn him here. "Come closer," it seemed to say, curling around his ears, pulling him toward the edge. His heart pounded as he froze, 1 foot dangerously close to the crumbling cliffside. He wasn't supposed to be here. No one was. The old lighthouse on Blackthorn Point had been abandoned for decades, its beacon dark, its stories of vanished keepers dismissed as ghost tales. But the whisper wasn't a tale. It was real, and it knew his name. Elias was no adventurer. He was a bookish 17-year-old who'd come to the coastal village of Greyhaven to spend the summer with his grandmother, sorting through dusty antiques in her shop. But yesterday, while cleaning a cracked pocket watch, he'd found a note tucked inside, scrawled in faded ink. "The light calls. Find the key at Blackthorn. Tell no one." The words burned into his mind, and when he woke that morning to a fog so dense it seemed to hum, he knew he had to go. Now, standing on the cliff, the whisper grew sharper, urgent. "Elias, the key." He swallowed hard, his flashlight flickering as he turned toward the lighthouse's silhouette, a jagged shadow in the mist. The door creaked as he pushed it open, the air inside cold and heavy with the scent of salt and decay. His flashlight beam danced across broken furniture, shattered glass, and walls scarred with strange, spiraling symbols. The whisper was louder now, coming from upstairs. Each step on the spiral staircase groaned under his weight, and his mind raced with stories of the keepers. 3 men who'd vanished in a single night 50 years ago, leaving nothing behind but a logbook entry. The light speaks. It demands. At the top, the lantern room was empty, its massive lens cracked but still glinting faintly. In the center of the floor lay a rusted iron key, etched with the same spiraling symbols. The moment Elias touched it, the whisper became a voice, clear, commanding. "Turn the lock." He spun around, heart in his throat, but no one was there. The fog outside pressed against the windows, and for a second, he thought he saw faces in it, pale, eyeless, watching. His hands shook as he noticed a small, hidden panel in the wall, its lock matching the key. Every instinct screamed to run, but the voice was relentless, weaving promises of answers, of secrets no one else could know. He slid the key in and turned it. A low rumble shook the lighthouse. The fog outside glowed, pulsing like a heartbeat, and the lens above sparked to life, casting a beam that cut through the mist. Images flooded Elias's mind, ships wrecked on unseen rocks, sailors lured by a false light, and the keepers, bound to the lighthouse by a curse that fed on their souls to keep the beacon burning. The voice wasn't the keepers, though. It was the light itself, ancient and hungry, and it wanted Elias to take their place. He stumbled back, the key burning in his hand. The voice roared, "Stay!" But he was already running, down the stairs, out the door, the fog clawing at him as if to pull him back. The beam swept overhead, and for a moment he saw the cliffs clearly, too clearly. The path was gone, eroded into the sea. Panic surged, but he remembered the note. Tell no one. If the light wanted him, it wouldn't have him. He hurled the key into the ocean, its glow vanishing into the waves. The whisper screamed, then fell silent. Elias didn't stop running until he reached the village, the fog thinning behind him. By morning, the lighthouse was dark again, the cliff path mysteriously intact. His grandmother never asked where he'd been, though her eyes lingered on him a little too long. He never spoke of the key or the voice, but sometimes at night he'd wake to the faint sound of waves and wonder if the light was still watching. Years later, Elias returned to Greyhaven as a man, the lighthouse now a crumbling ruin. The fog was light that day, the cliffs quiet. He stood at the edge, staring out at the sea, and for a moment he thought he heard it. A whisper, soft and distant, calling someone else's name. He turned away, smiling faintly, and walked back to the village, leaving the light to its secrets.